Okay, let's have a look at the events template now. So by going to the events area in the left menu or in this middle menu here, it'll take you straight to the events page, and all the events are sorted chronologically. So we're actually looking at the events by date, going down. Some will have images, some won't. There's one with an image, and you can also limit your search to a certain time frame or a certain type of event. So if we just have a look at, let's say, November 2010, we wait for that to load, we'll see all the events for November 2010 showing up. And if we want to go even further, we can then limit that to a type of event. So let's say an art type event in November 2010. And there we are, the 42nd Jacaranda Arts Exhibition. Now, clicking on this will take you straight to the page. You can also have a look at a quick map. And the events will continue showing until the date that they end. So if it's on the 30th of October to the 7th of November, it will continue to show until the 8th of November. So we'll look at the actual event itself and full details here. Now you can also add images and maps and so on to this page. The map comes by default again. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's the events area. Now I'm going to show you how you can actually edit some of these different events and start to work on the listings. So you can actually do the filters by location or also by the type of event that you're in. So if we just go back to the events, and I'm just going to again use this shortcut to go straight to this events page in the admin. And we'll load that up. So there's one exception to the rule, and that's the markets. Now the markets are not an event as such, they're actually using the normal template. So I'll just quickly have a look at that. You can see it's using the normal template here. And if I go to any of the other events, they're actually using the events template. So let's now look at editing one of the events that's showing up. So I want to look at that 42nd Arts Festival that's happening in Grafton, and I might not be able to find it very easily in this long list, so I can just do a little search up here. So if I just type in art and hit go, it now brings up all the pages which have art in them. And if I just scroll down, okay, here we are. 42nd Jacaranda Art Exhibition, wonderful. So this page at the moment, and if I just hit preview, we'll be able to see what it looks like at the moment. There it is, it's pretty plain. And just close the preview window, and I might want to add an image to this page. So I'm going to add a single image just to this bit of text here. Now I'm just going to use a sample image for now, we'll get rid of them in a second, so I might use that one. And there we go. We can add a caption if we want. We can also do a whole lot of other things. We can add a gallery to the page. We'll just add 3 images at random. Just hit reload. There they are. And we'll add a document to the page as well. Great. And I'll just choose one at random. Okay, reload the page. So if we now have a look at that in the preview, we'll see that it's got a lot more information. It looks much nicer. But on top of that, if I come back to my events page, and I again just limit it to the arts, oops, limit that to the arts. Okay, it's now got an image in there, which is fantastic. So the other thing we can also do is edit this, and we can decide that it wants to show up in more places than just the arts area. So if we just put a comma and start typing, like let's say sports, it actually auto-fills for us, and just hit return, sporting events, it might be a festival, okay great, lifestyle, and we'll actually grab all the other types of events that have already been put in, and it'll build them into what we call a filter. So this will now show up in arts, sporting events, festival, lifestyle. So to delete, just remove the ones. Yep, that's fine. And I'm just going to save this. And you can see that also gets changed here, arts and sporting events. Okay, let's have a look at this one now. Instead of using the big preview button, I'm actually going to open up this page in a brand new window, and that actually makes it, for one thing, a bit faster to load, but it also gives us the full size of the screen. So you'll notice it's just opened up a new tab here. We've got the new tab and we've got the admin tab that's still open here. So another way of working, you can use the preview tab or the open a new window tab. And I've come back to events, and the first thing I'm going to do is just limit it to November because there's a lot of events. And if I just again look at the arts, now we'll see that's the only one, it's got that image there. But if we also have a look in this sporting events, which I've just added to that particular event, we'll see that as we scroll down, there it is again. So that's how you can actually move events between different filters. And in terms of this information, we can just delete that. I want to delete the gallery, yes. Delete these documents, yes. And I want to delete the image, and yes. So now, in preview, we're back to what we had before. And I'll just get rid of the sporting events filter. Okay. And you can see how easy it is to actually edit and manage the events. Now the only other thing we haven't shown you is you can actually add a whole new event, and you just use the plus symbol next to the events page. Put in the name of your event. Let's just make this one a sample event for now. It's automatically going to choose all the other options for you. You can ignore that. Hit save and it will take you to that page ready to start editing. Now we want to actually add an event to the page, and this gives us all the information in terms of when it starts, finishes. So sample only, the start date will be, let's say, November 3rd, and the end date will be December the 5th. You can make that 2011 if you like, and it'll show up all the way between those two. You can see how these date formats can be really quite simple. The event type, again, we can make this an arts, a sporting event, and all the details here. So I'm just going to put in email and website. They get converted to gmail.com, website, google.com. These get converted into links for us. Any description, some text here, and we hit save. So we've added a whole new event now. I'm just going to quickly add an image. It will show up for us. Again, we'll use one of the sample images. And if I come back to this tab I have open over here, and we'll just hit the open a new window. I'm just going to refresh the events. And there's my sample only event. It's started already. And if I can limit that just to arts events. Wonderful. So it's working exactly as we want it to. And the last thing I'll do is show you how you can also delete an event. So if we just hit this little button up here, the delete button, I can delete this page. But instead of deleting it, we could actually just decide we want to hide this page. So if I want to just hide it temporarily, I can just hit the status and URL. I can say I want it to be a hidden page, which means that it won't show up, but if someone has it bookmarked or it's in the search engines, it will still be available. Or I can make it not available. And if I make it not available and save it, even if people know about the event, they know the address, they won't be able to actually find it. So there's nothing there. I've gone straight to that page. If I go to events, there's nothing showing here. Again, limited to arts. And that event's just not going to be found. So that's just hiding an event, and if I want to actually delete it, I can just hit the big red delete button. And although it has actually disappeared, we can also recover it, down in the trash page down here. So for whatever reason you've accidentally deleted a page, you can come into trash and you can undelete it. So my sample event is here and I just press the restore button. It's been successfully restored and I can view the page again and we're back to what we were before. Okay, so I'm going to delete that one last time and we're finished with events.